there's a lot going on with Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And his inability to shoot. I don't know. And the way I explained it to people, I said there's a difference between not shooting and being afraid to shoot. Because if you can't swim, that's one thing. You can learn to swim. But if you're afraid of water, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to swim. So it seems to me that Ben is afraid to shoot. Not that he can't shoot. He's afraid. He's paralyzed. Like, oh, it's not going to go in. Oh, they'll foul me, and I'm going to get to the free throw line, and everybody going to see me airball the shot. Because I think what happened in the playoffs, that's what you saw. And then you can't have a guy who's the second most important player on your team, 6'11", become unplayable down the stretch.
It was like sad.
It really was.
It was sad. And then I was looking at all the comments. I was like, this is sad. And fixable, easily fixable.
But you keep saying, people keep saying it's easy to fixable, but he hasn't fixed it in 5 years.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
Right.
Because, I do want to be a head coach one day.
Right.
And I've coached so many different people, and you want to win with what you have. So when you're looking at these players on all these different teams, and when you're looking at Ben, right, I'm looking at it as he got butterflies. You probably got butterflies before you play. I got butterflies every game.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you I'm nervous, but it was plenty of times I was nervous.
Right.
But you learn to live with it.
Right.
Right? Like, you run in, the ball's coming, you got to catch it. You don't want to miss it.
Right.
You don't know if you're going to catch it and get a touchdown.
Right.
What's going through your mind at that point? And I think, like, he has to learn to live with butterflies. Like, literally, game 7, finals, in the playoffs, in general,
Right.
I'm seeing my therapist.
Right.
Why? Because I didn't feel I was strong enough.
Right.
I'm going to admit to that. But I want to win. I want to win by any means necessary.
Right.
If that means I got to go see my therapist, I'm doing that.
Right.
And that's why I thank my therapist. You know what I'm saying? Because game 7, rather than being nervous to shoot, I'm like, we worked on some things. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
This is my opportunity.
Yeah, it's fixable.
So you believe you believe it's fixable?
Yeah, because of what I've been through. Yeah.
Does he believe it's fixable? Because it doesn't matter what we believe.
That's
the biggest thing. People can say all he can do this and that, and do this and that. What does the individual believe?
At this point right now, I gotta say he don't believe in himself right now.
Okay.
It looks like he don't believe in himself, and that's really crazy. It's like those Instagram models, whatever, and they be like, I gotta put more makeup on because I don't know if I look good. I'm like, you look great. What the hell?
Right.
Like, Ben, you're great. Ben, like, you are incredible.
Right. But what if we judge him through a different prism? What if we don't expect him to be Magic? What if we don't expect him to be LeBron and says, you know what, maybe he can be Draymond Green?
Right,
and that's not a knock on Draymond.
Not a knock
because
on Draymond.
people, no, Draymond is a champion, a three-time champion, a defensive player of the year. He's been an all-NBA selection. So Draymond is
He's incredible.
Right.
$90 million contract or something more like that.
$100
million contract.
So what's to say, instead of saying, because we talk about Magic and LeBron, those are transcendent players.
It's different,
Everybody can't be that. But what if he's just, and people can say, well, he's a two-time all-defensive player, he's a three-time all-star. He's all those things that became unplayable to his team in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter.
Right. When you look at these type of players, when they come into the league, people make so much money, because of the money, they're saying, you made $200 million, you're like Michael Jordan.
Right, no.
The money has nothing to do with the talent.
How good you are, that is correct.
Like, no disrespect to my brother, Rashard Lewis, he got $126 million.
Right.
Doesn't mean he Magic Johnson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So they got to.
But that's what they equate. They equate because Rudy Gobert is phenomenal for what he does.
Right.
But Rudy Gobert makes $200 million. He ain't Shaq.
Right, he ain't Shaq.
He ain't David Robinson. He ain't Elijah Watt. I'm sorry.
Right. He's a hell of a player.
Right.
And I think with Ben, I think if you can't shoot, you got to do something else.
Right.
And you got to, like you said, Draymond Green. Look, he could be an amazing Dennis Rodman.
Right.
He's a hell of a defender.
Right.
He could be Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, and Draymond in one.
Right.
You don't need a jumper.
Because he can facilitate. He just can't. Draymond, it's not like Draymond is out there jacking up threes or pulling up.
He's just getting it on.
But he's facilitating the offense. He can rebound the basketball, and he can defend his ass off.
Right. But I think like when you look at a guy like Eric Snow.
Yeah.
He wasn't like lights out shooter.
Right.
But he gonna make some.
Right.
Ben just gotta shoot. Like you know why you have to shoot? Because if you don't take a good shot, if you don't take a good shot, it's 5-on-4, and you're not putting your offense, your teammates in a position to get the offensive rebound.
Right.
And when I played with Phil Jackson, and Kobe take all the shots, then Powell gonna take some shots, I was always out of rhythm, so I wouldn't shoot.
Right.
Because I'm out of rhythm.
Right.
But then Brian Shaw would say, yo, you gotta take a shot, because it's in rhythm. So he has to take those in rhythm shots. Even if you shoot air ball, you must take them.
I checked his numbers. They played 11 playoff games. He took one shot outside of the paint, and that was the end of the quarter. How you, Metta, how?
I'm not upset at that. What I'm really upset about, if anything, with Ben, when he did have a layup.
Yes.
And I'm not upset because he didn't. Well, if I was his teammate, I would have been, you got to shoot that. But I'm more upset because you got to break through whatever you're going through mentally and work on it.
Right.
Like, don't be listening to everybody else.
Right.
Blowing smoke up your ass. Every athlete been through it, where they had to seek therapy.
Right.
Sports therapy.
Right.
Sports therapy, the most amazing thing ever. That's why they have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he should really seek it. It's not that he's psycho or that he got, he's crazy. It's that sports therapy is normal, and he should really consider it.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we do something before two something.